I get my light right.
We live right now, baby. Yep. So it's a great day, sports world. What's up to all the sports lovers, the haters, the addicts, and the fanatics? This is Larry Patterson for GT365. That's Game Time 365 Sports right here on the GTSN. That's the Game Time Sports Network. We here, episode 3. On the quick up before the playoffs, the play-in gets started. Got a couple topics for you guys tonight. I hope you guys are doing well out there. Amon, what's up, man? How you doing? Episode 3, man. How we feeling?
Man, what's going on, big dog? Man, I'm feeling great, man. Playoffs about to start. Even though NBA ain't my favorite sport, man, but it's always exciting around this time of year. WrestleMania week too, so I mean, this is a good week, man.
Yes, facts. Big week, huge week, man. And then you got the draft next week. So, man, next couple weeks, man, it's gonna be really entertaining. Got 3 topics for you guys tonight. We're not gonna be too long. The first topic we will get into is right there on your screen. The Miami Dolphins and Jalen Ramsey, cornerback Jalen Ramsey, are exploring trade options. Looking for a trade partner for Jalen Ramsey. What you think about this, man? I think it was time, and Jalen Ramsey might not be the only vet that's gonna be moving on from there. I don't know about a whole rebuild, but it's getting kind of crazy over there in Miami, man. What you think about this?
Yeah, man, it's looking 3 years in, as we stated on the last show, that this experiment starting to fail, man. Like, it's not what it's cracked up to be. But yeah, man, breaking news broke this morning. We talked about it. Jalen Ramsey, Chris Greer came out and said that it's, they probably best that they try to find something else, a partner for Jalen Ramsey and something else for the Miami Dolphins, man. But, Jalen Ramsey, like I said this morning, he isn't what he used to be, but for the right price, he could be a valuable asset to a team. Teams coming to mind, San Francisco maybe, Washington, since, they are already all in. We talked about Lattimore on the last episode. Hey, paying him with Lattimore might get you some places. A sneaky dark horse, NFC South team at Falcons, maybe. They could be looking to partner with AJ Terrell on the other side, but they need that pass rush up front. Of course, I'm gonna put the Bengals to a blue in the face. They just need anything they can get. So Bengals, sneaky one, but I doubt it happened in division. Buffalo, maybe. What I'm saying, they could come calling, but I thought they doubt they do that. So those are just a couple teams that I'm destinations I wouldn't mind seeing Tyreek. Of course, I wouldn't mind seeing them in Vegas as well, but we're probably not at that stage of our life cycle to have that type of player come in and make an impact right now.
And more than likely, whoever trades for him is going to have to take on some of that contract, right? And I believe we was talking earlier, and you did say $21 million.
Yeah, I think they paid up to like $4 million of his $25 million bonus that was due. So whoever trades for him, gonna have to give up whatever his value is to the Miami Dolphins and pay that other $21 million. I mean, which is $21 million to the Commanders that's on a quarterback on a rookie deal. Chips all in, man. Why not?
One team, I'm not sure if they're gonna be able to do it, but the Kansas City Chiefs, man, like they always in that kind of window. I'm hoping not, but they always seem to make something happen.
Yeah.
So that's a sleeper team for me. They still in that winning window. They got some revenge on their mind. That they still one of the top teams in the league, man. And for a cornerback like Jalen Ramsey, who not playing at the high level that he was, but he still can be very effective for the right team. Last year, 39 solo tackles. He had 60 total. What he had 2 interceptions, 11 PDs. So I mean, that's still productive to a team that a team like a Kansas City or like a Buffalo, like you said, or one of those playoff teams. Jalen Ramsey, I mean, he's been spoiled as far as like playing in warm weather. Played at Florida State, drafted by Jacksonville, traded to LA, then traded to Miami. Like, I mean, this man has got it made in playing in football in warm weather states, don't you think?
Yeah, man. I mean, it's kind of his career path. I mean, playing in warm weather states, that ain't never hurt nobody. They listen. Let me tell you right now, man. If I was in a situation, the path that he's had in the league, I won't complain. I won't complain. But you already know playoff time. You're gonna see some. You're gonna see some 30, 20 degrees with a -10 wind chill, and as we all know, with the Dolphins, going to Kansas City. I think it was last year before last, they played them in the playoffs. The first game they had on forgot what app it was.
Saturday night. It was the Peacock app.
Peacock app. And we see how they played in that weather, and it was not pretty.
And with the Dolphins, like as Stephen A. always say on First Take, once they get to playing below 40 degrees or 60 degrees, is that they have no chance. Mm-hmm. And we'll see what happens with Jalen Ramsey and see if he gets traded. And I'm pretty sure there's gonna be some other vets that's gonna be on the move as well. Ready to talk about some basketball, or you want to go to the second topic first? Say the basketball for last.
Man, we can go ahead and get the basketball out of the way, man. Let's go ahead and
get the basketball out of the way. Right now, you got the NBA play-in, the playoffs, all that. It starts tonight. Right now, Atlanta is leading Orlando 8-7. It's the first play-in game with the 7-8 matchup. What do you want to go by game, or how you want to do this?
I mean, we can go by game. I can comment on the Atlanta game right now. Atlanta losing DeAndre Hunter, at the deadline. He's in Cleveland now. That's a good spot for him. Orlando, they been dealing with injuries all year long. P5 been out. They just have no continuity. So this game right here is a really it's a pick 'em to me. You can go either way, but I'm not sure who's at home, but I can definitely see Atlanta getting a close W, and I can see, like you said, the pendulum can go either way, but it's not going to be no blowout. It's going to be a tough, hard battle. Once you get in the playoffs, you got to learn how to play that half-court basketball. It ain't like you at the YMCA playing ball or anything like that. So now I'm going to take Atlanta just by a slim margin. But, yeah, man, I'm looking to see how Paolo and Trae Young put on the show tonight.
These two teams split the meetings 2-2 over the season. Atlanta does shoot better than Orlando. In the first matchup, and amazing, these teams split. The first game they played was in February. So Atlanta won that one 112-106. The second matchup, Orlando won 114-108. The third matchup was April 8th. Orlando won 119-112, and then Atlanta won the last matchup, which was on the 13th, 117-105. So these two teams basically just played. Literally. So I think it's going to be a tight matchup. Dyson Daniels does not get talked about enough.
Deep point.
And he's been playing. He's in the conversation for most improved player. I really like his game. And then, we talk about Paolo and Franz and all those other guys on the other side. Trae, he ain't no stranger to the postseason. And this is what the Hawks' fourth year in a row being in the play-in. At some point, man, they gotta start playing harder to get out of the play-in. But
for sure.
I'm gonna take Atlanta too, just because of the fact that I feel like they shoot better. And then Orlando is just so hit and miss. So I'm going to go with Atlanta on that, which they are the 7th seed, which means they will automatically play Boston. And let's go to the next 7-8 matchup, which I feel like this one's going to be what, in the words of Jim Ross, a slobber knocker with the Warriors and the Grizzlies tonight. Who you taking in this one? Remember, before you go to that, these two teams played 4 times this year. November 15th, Golden State won 123-118. December 19th, Memphis won 144-93. January 4th, Golden State beat them 121-113. And then April 1st, Golden State beat Memphis 134-125. Who you got in this one?
Man, I'm off the strength, man. I'm playoffs, experience is key, and you got three guys on Golden State that's been there, battle tested. Jimmy, Curry, Draymond. Of course, Curry and Draymond, they Hall of Famers, championship winners. And Jimmy's been to the finals twice. He took a AC Miami team to the finals a couple years ago versus Denver, and that won't easy. That was a tough series for Denver. So almost off the strength of experience, I'm gonna take the Golden State Warriors, but I wouldn't be surprised if John and them come out guns are blazing. But I'm gonna always take 30. He don't need much to get going. And once he get going, it can just be a snowball effect, and he can just shoot you out the game. And before you know it, you down 20, and that's it.
Yeah, that's it. And it seems like Jimmy, playoff Jimmy, he just seems to turn it on when it's playoff. And that's what gives me the edge to Golden State because of the experience. I know that Memphis does kind of give them a little trouble here and there, but I think in this situation, when it's playoffs on the line, I feel like Golden State is just that team that's going to do that. Memphis not that rough and rugged team that you seen a year or so ago. So I think Golden State definitely gonna. I think they definitely gonna take advantage of this. You got all those guys in the experience. I'm gonna take Golden State in this one to face Houston in the first round. Let's go with the tomorrow night's games where you got two play-in teams that seem to be playing every year, and that's Miami and Chicago. And with those two teams, they played 3 times this year. Chicago beat them 133-124, 114-109, and 119-111. Clean sweep. Who you got in this one, man?
Give me Chicago. Ain't got a chance. Chicago, I don't know if they're stuck in like neutral or whatever the case may be, but nah, Chicago ain't it this year, bro. I think I feel like that Chicago's always one of those teams. Shout out to my boy Austin. He's a big Bulls fan. They're always teetering. Are they in a rebuild or what are they doing? You know what I mean? If you're going to just tear it down, tear it down. But Chicago ain't got a chance.
Here's I don't know, man. They riding a 3-game winning streak coming in. They swept Miami this year. That Heat culture, whole thing, I think that's out the window. They could be in a situation for a rebuild coming in the offseason as well. Interesting matchup. I'm excited to see about is Vooch and Bam going at it. The two bigs going at it. Kobe White been playing damn good ball this year.
Balling, bro. Like balling.
Josh Giddey over there playing ball as well, and Bucelis, that dude. I play DraftKings, so I mean I know about him. He's very productive. So I'm gonna go with Chicago on this one. I don't feel good about it, but I'm gonna go with Chicago on it and see what happens. Even though I feel like I could get burned for it. But Chicago would then play Cleveland in the first round. And the last matchup that you have is the Dallas Mavericks and your team, the Sacramento Kings.
Yes, sir.
Did you expect to see the Kings in a play-in type of situation when
man, to be honest with you, man, I've seen them more hovering around 6, 7, 5, 6, 7 seed in the beginning of the year. But I mean, like you fired the coach of the year, Fox leave.
That's
he
crazy.
wants to go play. Yeah, like when we got shocked when we fired Mike Brown, but then again, hey, They end up trading Luka at the deadline. So any ain't nobody safe. You know what I mean? So then they fired which coach name? I can't think of the last coach that got fired. It's not ringing a bell right now. But nevertheless, yes. But nevertheless, nah, man. I'm gonna take. Of course, I'm gonna roll with the home team. I'm gonna take my boys. You know what I'm saying? If I had to put money on it, no, I'm not. But off the strength of DeRozan, Levine, Sabonis, Keegan, Keon Ellis, some vets that have been around. Have been in some big playoff series. I'm just gonna take us over, just because. But hey, there's no Luka in Dallas no more. AD, when he's right, he's right. But yeah, I'm not sure know too much about the Mavericks team. I'm not really in tune with them, but I'm gonna take Sacramento just because.
Dallas very injury riddled. Kyrie gone. Luka traded. AD, you just never know. But when he's in, very productive. A huge force. The series between them, Sacramento won all 3 games, 110-100 on December 30th, and they won in overtime on February 10th, 129-128, and March 3rd, 122-98. I'm gonna go ahead and go with Sacramento as well, just because of how crippled Dallas is right now.
That's fair.
And I feel like Sacramento can definitely take advantage of that. Actually, no. Okay, I made a mistake, bro. So Orlando would play the winner by them losing. I got them losing. So they will play the winner of Miami and Chicago.
Right.
And we got Chicago winning now. You got Miami. I got Chicago.
Right.
All right. So I'm going to just go with Chicago. All right. So now we got Memphis losing to 7-8, and they will be playing the winner of Dallas and Sacramento, which we both got Sacramento.
Yeah.
And I'm going to go with Memphis on that one. So Memphis, Oklahoma City, 1-8. Talk to me.
Christmas, bro. It's Christmas, man.
Ja, Shea. Oh my God, that's gonna be so electric.
If
all that happens, I think in that one I'm gonna go ahead and go with Golden State. I mean, not Golden State. I'm gonna go with Oklahoma City. I'm gonna go with Oklahoma City winning that in 5 games.
Gentlemen sweep.
All right. Now on the East side, 1-8 matchup, Cleveland, Chicago. Who you got in that?
Cleveland.
Cleveland. Yeah, I was just about to say I'm gonna go 4-0. In the 2-7 matchup in the West, you got Houston and Golden State, which I feel like if that was to come to fruition, I feel like that would be one of the best series of the first round. And I'm gonna go with Golden State just for experience, and I'm gonna say Golden State wins that in 6 games.
I'm gonna say Golden State in 6 as well. But I want to see, Sengun, Jalen Green. Hey, Jalen Green, if you're gonna come out, this is the playoffs to come out, bro. I need you to be a killer. I need you to, 25 and 10, 20 and 10, show the world, hey, I'm here. That he's young. Alfred Sengun, they're young. I need them boys to just come on out and arrive. Say, hey, I'm here. We ain't going nowhere. Us being the 2 seed ain't no fluke. We here to stay. So it's gonna be. I'm gonna take Golden State, but I give Houston a puncher's chance. I think it's gonna be a little tighter than people expect it to be.
And that's say 6 games, but it really could go 7. And what you got, Dylan Brooks out there, being the pest that he is. You also got Amon Thompson. That boy is gonna be a problem in the next coming years. Yeah, so they got some dogs out there, and Ime Udoka is building something very spectacular out there. In the next 2-7 matchup in the East, you got Boston and Atlanta. I'm gonna go Boston 4-1.
You being nice.
I'm being very nice.
Yeah, we gotta stop playing here. 4-0, keep it pushing.
All right. In the 3-6 matchup in the West, you got the Lakers, you got Minnesota, another potential series that could go like the distance. In this one, I'm gonna go Lakers 4-2.
I'm gonna go Ant-Man. He shot the 3 ball a little better this year. So I mean, he's him. I'm gonna go Lakers in 7. I'm gonna go Lakers in 7 off the strength of King James and Luka just being them. If one of them can have a see the thing about the Lakers, man, is which is scary. They can go over to the finals. One of them can have an off game, and hey, I got my others. Luka can give you 35. LeBron can average 20, and and they'll get tagged you with. LeBron averaged 35, and Luka give you 20, and it's like there's no drop off. Somebody can just take a back seat and just, hey, it's my turn.
And don't forget about Austin Reeves.
Oh yes, he gonna give you 20.
Yes,
he gonna give you 20.
He is gonna shoot. And one interesting player, Dalton Connect, that started the season kind of hot. I feel like in one of these games here and there, like he could go off as well too. But yeah, I got the Lakers. So Lakers and Golden State was set up for the second round matchup. That's going to be pretty huge. And the third seed in the East, you got the New York Knicks and you got the Detroit Pistons. As a Knicks fan, I'm kind of nervous about this. To the season series, New York won the first game 128-98. That was on November 1st. And then Detroit won the next 3, 120, 111 on December 7th, January 13th, 124, 119, and April 10th, 115 just happened, 115, 106. The physicality with Detroit, I feel like that's going to come into effect with New York. I still will pick New York because of the experience. And, once teams step into that playoff mode, I feel like that's when they can really turn. I know the Knicks have been struggling against the top 2 teams in the East and teams in the West. And then with Detroit, beat them 3 times this year. But then you got the second season. And we in the second season right now. So I'm going to give the edge to New York. And I'm going to say 4-2.
I'm gonna be respectful. I'm gonna give the edge to New York too, but I'm gonna say 4-3. It's gonna be scrappy. The Knicks, man, they coming in with high expectations. You got Jalen Brunson. He turned down that big bag for the the little bag, which I ain't mad at. You want to make sure you get your team together and everybody get what's due. But
we trying to win a championship.
And if y'all mess around and lose this thing to the Pistons in 7, man, y'all might run Spike Lee up out to the Garden, man. Tracy Morgan might be throwing up on the sideline again at the Garden, man. We can't be having that'll be a mess if y'all lose to them. Cat coming over getting the bag, he getting OG getting the bag. He got Michael being that solid, role, not even a role player. Josh Hart and Brunson. But I'm gonna be respectful and give y'all the 4-3.
If New York loses this series,
you can
Facebook and YouTube ain't got to worry about me until football season.
Oh, absolutely. But you got to worry about me because I'm gonna be on your phone every day sending you screenshots of this and that. You might as well block me. The only time you can talk to me is on this right here. You might as well go ahead and block me.
So that's with the 3-6 matchup in the East. The 4-5 matchup in the West, you got Denver, you got the Clippers. I'm letting you know right now, and I got some nuggets for you. The Clippers have the best net rating, best offense, and their third best defense over the last 15 games, and they already ranked top 3 in defense for the whole season. Playoff Kawhi, if he stays healthy, he's a monster. You already know that. Norman Powell, all these guys that playing at a high level. Zubac and Jokic is going to be a matchup to see.
Yeah.
This right here, I think.
20 hours.
Okay, computer.
I think I'm gonna go with the Clippers in this one, 4-3.
I'm gonna go. Ooh, Clippers. Man,
Clippers 4-3 because I mean look at Denver. Denver's they going through that whole like Mike Malone just got fired. They going through that.
So which version of Jamal Murray we get? I mean, we getting bubble Jamal Murray. Okay, all right. If we getting Jamal Murray that we've been getting here lately, you give me Clippers. But I'm going off the strength of, if Jokic being Jokic, can't nobody stop him. He's the best. He's not the best big in the league in my opinion, but top two. And then Aaron Gordon, if he raises his game, hey, he can be an X factor. But I'm gonna go Nuggets 4-3 off the strength of, hey, you got one of the best players in the world, and yes, I like Zubac. He can give you a double, but you ain't gonna stop Jokic from getting 30.
Yeah, and I wanted to go with Denver too as well with the experience they have won championships there, so or a championship there. So, but I feel like the Clippers. I think Kawhi is tired of a lot of people speaking on his name, and with his injuries, I know he can't help it, but
right,
I feel like this is the year for them to do that, and like not a lot of people are not even looking forward to them doing it, which I think is better. I think it's a better feel good story. So the 4-5 matchup in the East is Indiana and Milwaukee, and I got Indiana winning that 4-2. Due to the fact that Dame Lillard is going to be out pretty much for this series, might be for the playoffs. I mean, Giannis can't do it all by himself. No Bobby Portis. Like your role players are just diminishing. I'm going with Indiana, man. 4-2.
Man, listen. Best player in the world is in Milwaukee. I'm going Bucks 4-2. When you got that guy, I don't see nothing that he's going to have to be nuclear this series, and he's capable of being. I've seen it before. 50 piece in Game 7 in the finals. We getting that Giannis this playoff, I believe. So I'm gonna take the Bucks 4-2. Pacers always play them tough. Tyrese gonna be Tyrese. Miles Turner gonna be. He's gonna be solid. He's gonna have a showing. But yeah, man, I know no Dame. This kind of hurts. Yeah, man, but I'm off the strength of Giannis, and hope TA be on the sideline hyping him up. His brother be on the sideline hyping him up. I'm gonna take Bucks 4-2 off the strength of just Giannis being the best player in the league to me.
TA gonna bring that energy, man. If he don't do nothing else, he gonna bring that energy.
You know it.
So now we in the second round, and in the West, you got Oklahoma City. To me, well, all right. So you got OKC, right?
Mm-hmm.
And you got Denver, or you got the Clippers. Then you got Denver.
I got Denver, yeah.
All right, so I got the Clippers, and you got the Lakers, and you got Golden State, right?
Golden State, yep. Yeah, I do.
And Golden State. All right, that's you. All right, Oklahoma City and the Clippers. Who you got? I mean, Oklahoma City and Denver. Who you got in that matchup?
OKC.
All right, and then you got the Golden State and the Lakers. That's gonna be tough.
Give me Lakers.
The Lakers. Okay, so that sets up the Lakers and the OKC in the Western Conference Finals. We're gonna come back to that one. You had Cleveland and you had Milwaukee, right?
Mm-hmm.
All right, and then you had the Knicks and Boston.
Oh God, Knicks and Boston in the second round. Oh, that's nasty. Ooh, that's nasty. Ooh.
Oh man. So for I'm gonna take Cleveland. I'm gonna take Cleveland in the second round, going to the Eastern Conference Finals, and then I'm gonna take Boston going to the Eastern Conference Finals, just because of what we've seen from the Knicks. And I mean, even though like this, like Knicks can say, okay, yeah, we didn't beat Cleveland, we didn't beat Boston, but the second season could they can wake up. Maybe Boston has an injury or something like that. That's the only way I can see them going to the Eastern Conference Finals.
Mm.
But in this case, right now, my prediction, I'm going to go Boston, which sets up Cleveland and Boston in the Eastern Conference Finals. And I'm going Boston in the finals. Who you got?
Man, I'm tired of seeing Boston and everything. Give me Cleveland. I'm just gonna
So
switch it
you
up
got
for the. Give me Cleveland. I think them getting DeAndre Hunter at the deadline. I know everybody said they see where they have to go and who they have to beat to get there. So acquiring him is kind of like, okay, we going all in. Mobley has to step up. Jared Allen has to step up. Everybody has to step up. Garland, come on, man, you're an all-star. Mitchell, he's the guy. He needs somebody to come along with him. Hey, this is you. The spotlight's on you. This playoffs. Can you be that guy that needs to tag along with Donovan Mitchell? So I'm gonna take Cleveland just because. Not saying Boston has any fatigue, anything from winning last year, but I just want to, see somebody else come through.
Yeah. I dig what you're saying. When you want to see somebody different, it's kind of like in football when you want to see somebody different in the AFC other than Patrick Mahomes. But yeah, I'm definitely hoping for the Knicks, but I can definitely see Boston going there. And then for you want to see Cleveland, so we got Cleveland and Boston for you. With Cleveland for you, Boston for me in the finals, and then for the Western Conference Finals, you got LA or OKC.
I got OKC. I just think they ready, bro. I just think they arrive. And look, think about it, man. I know this too far down the line, man, but they here early. They're here early, bro. Like nobody ain't on no max contract yet. I don't think Shay's on a super max yet. He might be on one this summer though, but I'm not sure.
Definitely.
Yeah, he's gonna be on the super max. But, what I'm saying? I think it's just their time, man. Like they've been the most consistent team all year. Yeah, they don't have the playoff experience as LeBron and Luka and all those guys, but hey, LeBron had an experience. He had to break through.
Yeah.
Boston was that wall he had to get through, to get there. But once he finally broke through, he broke through. You know what I mean? So I just think it's their time in the West. But I wouldn't be surprised if the Lakers get there as well. But I just think it's OKC's time to at least, hey, we here, we ain't going nowhere. That's like I was saying with the Rockets a few minutes ago. That showed the league, hey, we young. I think we are under the age of 25, if I'm not mistaken. Chet, Hardenstein coming from y'all. I just think it's OKC's time.
Yeah, they got a lot of youth over there. Especially like with the bench that they got with Lou Dort playing defense the way he is, Aaron Wiggins and Jalen Williams, and like you said, Hardenstein. He got the experience playing in the playoffs last year, bringing that energy, the rebounding, and all that other stuff. So yeah, I dig it. I'm gonna go with the Lakers though, and that's gonna set up Boston and the Lakers in the NBA Finals for you. And it's going to set up Cleveland and OKC in the finals for you. And we will revisit this later on down the line when that happens. So we got that on record. So
on record.
Made the best team win. And we're going to go ahead and jump into the next topic, our last topic of the day. The New York Giants working out rookie quarterbacks. I don't know what these guys are doing, because you kept Tommy, and then you signed Jameis to a 2-year deal, and then you signed Russ Granted, the fact you still have to go through the training camp process, and team guys still got to make the team and stuff like that. What do you feel like the Giants are doing?
Two things. They're playing possum. They want Abdul Carter, or either they are trying to get somebody to come up to 3 to get Shador, or either when you get these workouts this late in the process, the owners are stepping in now. Okay, I'm getting ready to write this check. I want to see firsthand what we potentially could be getting. But I feel like me personally, the way Shador has, I'm just gonna say Shador for now. I could be completely wrong. Shador, this draft process, I feel like he's been promised something. I feel like he's been promised something between Cleveland, Vegas, Giants, New Orleans, Pittsburgh. Something's been promised. And I'm just waiting to see, next Thursday what he was promised. But yeah, man, you're trying to drum up interest. Hey, trying to, do trade scenarios. Hey, if we take up Abdul Carter at 3, who could potentially be there at 33 on day 2, or whatever number they pick in the second round? Who can we come back in the first round and get? Like we said, the target spot was the Vikings picking at 24 because they don't have no picks. We're trying to come out the draft with a franchise quarterback and an impact defensive player, because or they can take Travis Hunter if Cleveland takes Abdul Carter at 2. So I just think they're trying to play their cards right to get a quarterback and get an impact player on the defensive side of the ball. But yeah, I definitely see the owners and upper management, the ones writing checks, stepping in now and say, okay, hey, I understand y'all guys did y'all. You had your scouts on the road, doing the draft process, doing your due diligence. But hey, let me set up something. Let me see what I'm going to invest in my money in, and what can I bring to the fans of New York, because it's been a long time since they raised the banner. Eli ain't coming through that door no more. So, and you can't just have, the league is impatient now. You can't just have these veterans coming in and thinking they're going to be the savior. Nah, the fans want, hey, who do we have here we can put in place to have 10, 15 years of longevity and success with? So I think that's what's happening right now, this late in the process.
Yeah, I can agree with that. There's so many things that can happen. And I like what you said about Abdul Carter potentially going there. I don't really like it because you traded for Brian Burns last year around this time. Or a little bit before, but then you got Kayvon Thibodeau there. So it's like, how many pass rushers can you add? You never can have enough pass rushers, but
right.
To add a pass rusher that early when you got these two guys over there, I don't know. They one of those other teams that could potentially go anywhere.
Yeah.
And say if they don't like Shador, well, hey, we can pick Abdul Carter here, and then we can get a Tyler Show in the second round.
Yeah.
Or, I do like, if they like him that much. Or, I don't see them going the Jalen Milroe route. I feel like Jalen Milroe is kind of like a project, like how Anthony Richardson, is right now. Even though he still has another year of growing pains, and the hell we talked about that last episode. So I'm thinking I would love for Shador to go there. But the whole thing is, of course, if the Giants are going to pick him, so
right. And then, like, to step in for a second to go back off what you said, like you said, Dayball and Shane, man, they don't have. This might be their last opportunity. So do you really want to risk that on Milroe at 33? Do you really want to put your fate in, Milroe? Do you want to put your fate in a rookie quarterback? You know what I'm saying? But you can draft Shador, but just know that by the time Shador is ready to go, you're probably not going to be the GM and head coach of that team. It's probably going to be somebody else. And then somebody else come in, Shador, you're not my guy.
Right.
So it's like, do you risk, to not risk it? Do you take the sure thing if Abdul Carter's there? You can never, strength on strength, you can never, have too many pass rushers. Do you play it safe and take Carter at 3 or Travis Hunter at 3 or who's ever there and worry about the quarterback day 2, third round? But then again, it's like, hey, here's devil's advocate. You don't have that much time to wait for a quarterback. So what are you doing? What kind of pressure is the mayor and Tish family putting on you to deliver a franchise quarterback? So it's really interesting to see what the Giants do. I always say, barring some kind of foreseen trade at the beginning of the draft next Thursday, the draft really starts at number 3 because we can almost bet Ward's going 1, Hunter's going 2, because Cleveland had their whole contingency out there with Hunter at the showcase. So it all starts with the Giants at 3. The Giants at 3 will set the tone for the rest of the other 29 teams that will be picking in the first round on next Thursday.
The only thing I don't like about Shador potentially going to Cleveland, I mean, not Shador, Travis potentially going to Cleveland, is who's the hell is going to throw him the ball?
Yeah. I mean, you got to figure it out, bro. I mean, you got Joe Flacco. I mean, like, yeah, you Flacco. You got Flacco. I mean, like you say, they could be another sneaky team that take Travis at 2 and Shador slip. Hey, and let me call. Hey, Atlanta, I know you got 4 picks. What it will take for me to get back up to 15 from 30, whatever. Hey, I give you a 1.
No, you need them. No, they're gonna need them.
You know you need them. You're not in no position to sit the pick with 4 picks. Hey, let me give you the second round pick, and I'll give you a 1 next year, and let me pair Shador and Travis back up. Hey, Minnesota, let me get to 24. Let me go get Jackson Dart. So you're gonna have to come out. I feel like with Cleveland at a quarterback at some point, there's not as much pressure on Cleveland to get a quarterback as there is the Giants because Stefanski can make chicken salad out of you know what I'm trying to say.
Yeah,
he can do that, and Kirk Cousins is probably another option for the Browns. Stefanski can trade for him, but I don't think he's going to trade for $27 million on the books, even though you're paying Watson whatever you're paying him. So I think the Giants are in a worse spot than the Browns are. I think the fans would be excited to have Travis Hunter, but the Giants fans would be less excited if they didn't get their guy at 3. But hey, Abdul Carter as a consolation prize ain't nothing to sneeze at. I'm gonna tell you that right now. Let him fall to 6.
Him and Myles Garrett. Oh man.
Yeah, it's just nasty business.
Yeah. So I think that about does it right there, man. We're going on like 43 minutes now. It's good stuff, man. Episode 3 in the books. Everybody don't forget, if you're into wrestling, if you're a true wrestling fan, this Saturday, me and Amon will be back. Don't know the time yet, but we'll let you know. Yes. We're going to be previewing WrestleMania 41, going through the matchups, going through the predictions. What's going to happen? Who's going to win? That type of situation. So that will be on Saturday. And if any of you guys have a business, anything going on, let me know. We can advertise it. We can showcase it on here. Put it out. So for Amon Washington,
yes,
this is episode 3 in the books. I'm Larry Patterson, GT365. Until then, everybody, have a good night.
Yes, sir.